If you want to start an AI business but you don't know what actually works, you're not alone. Many people try random ideas and never see any results, which is frustrating and draining. This video is going to help you to focus on what can actually help you to make money right now with AI. You'll get some clear, actionable steps that you can use right away to start building something with AI. So before we actually get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more videos. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's begin with step number 1, which is to start an AI service business by solving one specific problem for one specific audience. If you want to start your own AI business, you can start by just choosing one clear problem that people are already paying to solve, because this will help you to avoid any confusion and wasted time and energy. If you don't know where to actually begin, you can start by just researching platforms like Fiverr.com and Upwork.com, so you can actually see the real services that people are actually buying in real time right now. Now, if you find listings like AI content writing or AI video creation or even AI social media posts and things like that, you can likely see some better results by just narrowing down your search a bit more to something more specific like Instagram captions for gymnasiums or Instagram content for local salons. If you actually struggle with too many ideas, you could just focus on industries like real estate and property or e-commerce or even coaching and consulting, because these markets actively spend a lot of money. If you want clarity, you can just open up Google Maps and search for local businesses, so you can actually identify any local businesses with a weak online presence. So you can use Google Maps to find local businesses that don't have a strong online presence. And if you do this properly, you will actually start to see patterns in what businesses are actually missing with their online presence. And this will help you to choose a service that has an existing demand. If you want to validate your idea, you can start by just checking whether people are already searching for that service, because this will confirm demand before you actually invest any time or any potential money. If you don't know how to actually go about validating the idea, you can actually use an app called Google Trends. So you can actually see if terms like AI content creation or AI video creation or AI marketing are growing or if they're on a decline. So Google Trends will show you the search interest over any given period of time for any given keyword or topic, and you can use this for free. And if you would like to get some deeper insights here to validate your idea, you can use tools like Ubersuggest or even Ahrefs. So you can actually find keywords that businesses are actively searching for on Google and on other online communities. If you find keywords with some consistent search volume, you can actually use that data to shape your service offering, because this will actually reduce the risk. If you only have a rough idea, you can just search your niche on YouTube and see what content is performing well, so you can actually understand the existing demand. Now, if you follow this type of process, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to choose a profitable direction instead of just guessing. If you want to create your own AI service, you can start by using AI tools that simplify the work, because this will allow you to deliver results without having any technical skills. If you are creating written content, for example, you can use ChatGPT or even Claude. So you can generate those posts, craft those emails and even those blog posts very quickly. If you want to improve the quality a bit more, you can use an app like Grammarly, so you can actually refine the tone and the clarity of your written content. If you need images and graphics, you can use Canva, or you can even use a tool like Midjourney, so you can actually create visuals without having any design skills at all. If you are working with videos, you can use a free video creation editor like CapCut, or even an AI tool like Pictory. So you can actually just turn simple scripts into some good video content. Now, if you combine these different AI tools, you can actually build a complete service that solves real business problems more efficiently. If you want to present your service more professionally, you can start by just creating a simple portfolio, because this will build trust with any potential clients that you work with. If you don't have any experience, you can just create some sample work for a fictional or even a real business, so you can actually just demonstrate your skills and what you can actually do with AI tools. Now, if you want a clean setup, you can use Notion or even Google Documents, so you can actually organize your samples in one place. If you would like to have a more visual layout, you can use Canva to design a simple presentation, or even use Gamma AI. If you include some before and after examples, you can show some clear improvements, because this will actually increase your chances of getting some clients as well. If you just keep your portfolio focused on one particular niche, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to actually position yourself as more of a specialist. If you want to get your first clients, you can start with direct outreach approaches, because this will actually give you faster results than just waiting for some traffic. If you are a bit unsure what to actually say, you can just write a very short and friendly casual message offering some real value, so you can stand out a bit more. If you want to find those leads, you can use Instagram or even LinkedIn, so you can just connect with business owners directly. If you actually notice some poor content, you can just send a free sample, so you can actually demonstrate your skills right away. If you want to scale your outreach even more, you can use an AI tool like Apollo.io. So you can actually find emails and contact details with this tool. Now, if you follow this type of approach, you will likely see some replies a bit faster, because you are offering real value instead of just asking for attention. If you want to price your service correctly, you can actually start very simple, so you can just avoid overcomplicating your offer. If you are very new, you can just offer a very basic package like 20 posts per month. So you can just create a very clear entry point to get started. If you don't know what to actually charge, you can just compare similar services on Fiverr.com, so you can actually stay competitive, and it's a good idea to just go a bit lower than your competition at the very start. If you want to increase your conversions, you can just offer a discounted trial, so you can actually reduce the risk for any clients that you work with. If you focus on results and outcomes instead of the hours that you work, you can actually justify slightly higher pricing, because this will position your service as more valuable. If you actually refine your offer over time, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to actually increase your rates as well. If you want to stay organized, you can start using simple systems, because this will prevent missed deadlines and confusion. If you are managing tasks, you can use Trello or even Notion, so you can actually track the progress that you are making. If you are handling digital files, you can use Google Drive, so you can keep everything very accessible. If you want to get paid, you can use Stripe or PayPal, so you can accept payments very quickly and very easily. And if you just keep your workflow very simple, you're going to find it a bit easier to scale without having too much stress. If you want to grow your AI business, you can start automating the repetitive tasks, because this will actually save you some time and actually help you to increase the output. If you have some repeated processes, for example, you can use a tool like Zapier or even Make to connect different apps and automate different workflows together. If you want to expand further than this, you can even hire freelancers from Upwork.com, so you can actually delegate some tasks as well. Now, if you avoid the mistake of trying to do everything yourself, you can actually focus on those real growth activities like the sales. If you build some systems very early using AI tools, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to turn a simple service into a scalable AI business. Let's now move on to step number 2, which is to build a simple AI-powered offer that solves one high-value business task. If you want to make some extra income with an AI business, you can just start by just turning one simple task into a clear paid offer, because this will help you to avoid confusion and make it a bit easier for you to sell. If you don't know what to offer, you can just start by choosing those tasks that businesses are already actually outsourcing. These can be things like email marketing or lead generation or even content creation. So you can just tap into an existing demand. If you are unsure where to actually look, you can search LinkedIn job posts, so you can actually see what companies are actively hiring for. And if you refine repeated tasks like social media manager or social media assistant or even content writer, you can just convert that into an AI powered service, so you can deliver faster results. Now, if you want a simple example, you could just offer AI generated weekly email newsletters for e-commerce brands. So there's a simple example you can model, because this solves a clear business need. Now, if you just focus on one clear outcome, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to communicate the value and to close more clients. If you want to build out your offer properly, you can actually start by defining the exact result or the exact outcome that your client will get, because this will make your service much more attractive and more appealing. If you struggle with the positioning, you can just describe your offer like the following. I help real estate agents get more leads using AI generated property content. So there's an example that you can model. So you can just make it more outcome focused. If you want to structure it clearly, you could just break it into deliverables like numbers of posts, emails, or even leads generated. So you can actually set expectations. If you don't know how to package your offer, you can actually use Canva, and you can use the free version to create a simple one-page offer document. So you can just present this more professionally. If you include timelines and some simple pricing, you can actually reduce confusion, because this will make it a bit easier for clients to actually say yes. If you keep your offer very simple, you're likely going to find it much easier to scale later on. If you want to deliver results more efficiently, you can just build a repeatable workflow using different AI tools, because this will save you time and help you to improve your consistency. If you are creating content, for example, you can use ChatGPT to generate the first drafts, so you can actually speed up your content production. If you want to get better outputs, you can create reusable prompts and just store them in apps like Notion, so you can reuse them for every client that you are working with. If you need SEO optimized content, which is search engine optimization, you can use SERP for SEO, so you can actually improve the rankings in Google to help the content get more traffic. Now, if you want automation, you can actually connect different tools using Zapier, so you can actually reduce the manual work that you do. Now, if you build this type of system with different AI tools, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to handle more clients without actually increasing the workload. If you want to test your offer very quickly, which is something that you want to do, you can start by selling before actually building everything, because this will validate the demand first. If you are a bit unsure how to actually go about doing this, you can just message any potential clients with a very simple pitch, so you can actually gauge the interest that you get back. Now, if you want more leads, you can use Apollo.io, so you can actually find business contacts very quickly. If you offer a free sample or even just a small trial for say 7 to 10 days, you can just reduce the risk for the clients that you are working with, because this will increase your chances of closing more clients. If you get some positive responses, you can just refine your offer based on the feedback that you get, so you can further improve your results. If you test very early, you're likely going to avoid building something that nobody actually wants. If you want to improve and scale your income a bit further, you can actually optimize your offer based on results and outcomes, because this will actually increase your value. So if you track the performance using tools like Google Analytics, you can actually show clients real outcomes and real results, so you can justify higher pricing. If you notice repeated success, you can just turn that service into a monthly retainer, so you can create consistent income as well. If you avoid the mistake of offering too many different services, you can stay focused and deliver often better results. If you just refine your system and the results that you get, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to grow your AI business into something more predictable and more scalable. Let's now move on to step number 3, which is to use AI to find and close your first paying clients with a simple outreach system. If you want to start making some extra money fairly quickly, you can start by just building a simple outreach system, because this will help you to find those clients instead of waiting for them to come to you. If you don't know where to actually begin, you can start by identifying businesses that already need some extra help, so you can actually offer them some immediate value. Now, if you are a bit unsure who to actually target, you can search on Google Maps for local businesses with weak reviews or even poor social media accounts and channels, so you can actually spot some clear opportunities. If you find businesses that post on an inconsistent basis, they're not posting consistently, you can likely see better results by just offering them AI content services, because this solves a visible problem for them. If you want to get more leads, you can use a tool like Apollo.io to actually collect names and emails, so you can actually contact decision makers directly. If you follow this type of approach, you're likely going to build a list of potential clients within just a few hours. If you want to contact people more effectively, you can start by writing a simple message focused on results and outcomes, because this will actually increase the reply rates. If you struggle with what to actually say in these messages, you can use ChatGPT to just generate a personalized outreach script that can save you a load of time. Now, if you want to get better responses, you can just mention a very specific issue in these messages, like your Instagram content hasn't posted in weeks, or your Instagram channel hasn't been very active for a few weeks. So you can actually show them you've done some initial research. Now, if you include a very quick solution, you can actually increase the interest, because this makes your message much more useful and more meaningful. If you want to stand out a bit more, you can even attach a free sample or a link to a free sample within the message, so you can actually demonstrate your value right away. Now, if you keep your message very short and clear, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to get those replies. Now, if you want to create a very strong first impression, you can just start by offering a free audit or even a free sample, because this will reduce the risk for the client to actually work with you. If you are a bit unsure on how to do this, you can just analyze their content and just improve it using an app like Canva or even ChatGPT. So you can just present a more better version. Now, if you want a practical example, you can just rewrite one of their posts or create a new one, so you can actually show the immediate improvement to your potential clients. Now, if you send this with your message, you can actually build that trust, because this proves your ability to deliver really good work for them. Now, if you do this very consistently, you're likely going to convert more leads into paying clients. If you just focus on helping people first, this can actually help you build those relationships instead of just pitching to them. Now, if you want to organize your outreach, you can start by tracking your leads, because this will prevent those missed opportunities. If you don't know how to actually track, you can use Notion or even Trello. These are some very useful apps, so you can actually manage contracts and follow-ups as well. If you label leads as contacted or even replied and closed, you can actually track the progress very clearly using apps like Trello or Notion. And if you follow up after just 2 to 3 days, you're likely going to see better results, because many people will actually miss the first message. So you want to make sure that you follow up within just a few days. Now, if you actually automate your follow-ups, you can use an app like Zapier, so you can actually save time by connecting different apps together. Now, if you stay consistent, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to build some momentum. If you want to close more deals, you can start by just keeping your offer simple, because this will reduce any confusion. If you are on a call or even on a chat, you can just explain the results and the outcome very clearly, so the client fully understands the benefits that they are going to get from you. If you don't know how to present the pricing, you can just offer a small starter package, so you can actually lower the resistance from any clients that you are talking to. Now, if you want to get paid in a secure way, you can actually use Stripe or even PayPal, so you can actually handle transactions professionally. If you confirm deliverables and timelines with the client, you can actually avoid misunderstandings, because expectations are normally very clear. If you simplify this process, you're likely going to close more clients as well. And if you want to improve your results over time, you can just start by analysing what actually works, because this will help you to refine your system and make those improvements. Now, if you notice that certain messages actually get more replies, you can actually just reuse and improve them, so you can actually increase your success rate over time. Now, if you track the metrics like response rate and the conversion rates as well, you can actually identify any weak points and bottlenecks in the business, so you can actually go ahead and fix them. If you avoid sending too many generic messages, you're likely going to see better engagement, because personalization in your messages can really help out and make a big difference. Now, if you stay consistent with outreach on a daily basis, you can actually build a fairly predictable pipeline of clients. If you follow this type of system step by step, you can actually turn outreach into a reliable way to grow your AI business. Let's now move on to step number 4, which is to turn one AI workflow into a productized service that you can sell on repeat. If you want to stop trading your time for money, you can start by turning your work into a repeatable AI workflow, because this will help you to deliver faster and scale a bit easier. Now, if you don't know what a workflow looks like, you can just break down your AI service into simple steps like research, content creation, editing, and even the delivery. So you can actually systemize everything from here. So if you are creating content, for example, you can use ChatGPT for the drafts, you can use Grammarly for the editing, and you can use Canva for the visuals and the graphics. So you can actually build a full process. Now, if you actually save your prompts and steps in an app like Notion, you can reuse them every single time, so you can actually reduce the effort that you put in. Now, if you follow the same system for each client that you work with, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to deliver consistent results. Now, from here, if you standardize your workflow, this can actually help you turn a simple AI service into a scalable business model. If you want to package this workflow, you can actually start by creating a fixed offer, because this will make it a bit easier for clients to understand better. If you struggle with the pricing, you can just create simple tiers like basic, standard, and premium. So you can actually offer some very clear options. Now, if you are offering content creation as an example, you can just define it as, say, 20 posts per month with captions and designs. So there's a simple example. So you can actually make it very specific. Now, if you present this very clearly using Canva, you can create a simple one-page offer so you can look more professional. If you avoid custom offers for every client, you're likely going to save some time and reduce the confusion. Now, if you keep your AI service very structured, this can help you to close deals faster as well. If you want to automate different parts of your workflow, you can actually connect your tools, because this will save hours of manual work. If you use Zapier or even Make.com, you can actually link different apps together like forms, emails, and even content AI tools. So you can actually streamline the delivery. If you collect client information like names and emails using Google Forms, you can automatically send it to your workspace, so you can start projects a bit faster as well. Now, if you generate content using those saved prompts, you can actually reduce the thinking time, so you can focus more on the quality. If you automate the file delivery through Google Drive as an example, you can keep everything well organized. If you build some automation with AI very early, you're likely going to find it a bit easier to handle more clients without having any burnout. Now, if you want to scale this into consistent income, you can actually start by selling it as a monthly service, because this will create some predictable income. Now, if you manage clients, you can use Stripe or even PayPal, so you can automate recurring payments. If you track the results using Google Analytics, you can actually show clients performance, so you can actually increase the retention. Now, if you avoid doing everything manually, you're likely going to grow a bit faster, because these simple systems with AI handle the workload for you. Now, if you refine your workflow with AI tools based on the results that you get, this can actually help you improve the efficiency and the profits that you can make. Now, if you follow this type of strategy, you can actually turn a very simple AI service into a repeatable and scalable business. Wow, that's it for this video. Now, if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start building your own online business and creating new income streams, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the top pinned comment, where you can find some free guides and some free resources to help you get started right away with building your digital business and digital income. These free resources will teach you step by step how to actually set up and create your own digital business and new online income streams as well. So I know these free resources will be very helpful for you. So don't wait, take action today. You can go and click the link below in the description and the pinned comment, and you can start your journey right now. And thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. It really does energize me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.